Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Angie, and on my channel I like to do all things homemaking, especially cooking and decorating. Today I'm going to be decorating my living room and dining room for spring and Easter. It's a bit of a French country look. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. I found this cute bunny pillow at Kirkland's this year. If you saw my Easter haul, you probably recognize it. And these two things I've had for a little while. I actually used this bunny rabbit on my table last year. I'm doing a completely different look this year. If you're interested in seeing how I decorated last year, I'll have that in my description below. I'm just gonna put this frame behind here kind of as a backdrop to give it kind of a garden-y look. If you've been watching my channel for very long, you'll probably recognize some of the pieces I'm using. I try to use a lot of my florals throughout the year. I just rotate them around my house, and I may add different ribbon to them. But I'm just gonna hang these in my windows. I added these striped bows to the tops of these. And you will see that striped ribbon in other parts of my house this year, and I'm also using more lavenders throughout the main part of our house. This is just an assortment of flowers that I've collected through the years, and I will have to say that most of my florals I get at Hobby Lobby, and I've had some of these florals for 15 years. I mean, they really hold up well. I don't trim any of my stems so that I can use them in different vases and in different ways. This ends up looking kind of like a cottagey garden look. Here's an overview of what the room looks like. I am having to film this at night, but I do plan on doing my home tour during the day, so the colors may show up a little brighter. But I do think it turned out really cute in here, and I hope maybe it gave you some new ideas. Now moving into the dining room area, I have these really pretty green garland that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I am just gonna drape it over my china cabinet here. These garland do look a lot nicer if you take the time to straighten out these little branches that are hanging on them. So I'm gonna add one to this picture also. This is kind of the focal point when you walk into the dining room. So I usually like to add something to this area, and I have this giant Easter egg here that I'm gonna hang from the center. And now I'm just adding this table runner that's blue and white, and this white bunny. I'm using more blue and whites this year than I did last year. And then some colorful little eggs that I actually bought at Marshall's last year that are Martha Stewart. Most of what I'm using this year are things that I already had. And I kind of like challenging myself to come up with new ways to decorate reusing the same items. So everything I'm using I used differently last year. But I thought this turned out really cute with the little pops of pastel. Kind of a cottagey look. Also, if you notice something looks different, I brought this mirror in that used to be hanging in my family room above my red buffet. And I brought it in here, and I have a different picture hanging in there. Now I'm just getting out 2 of my vintage tablecloths, and I'm going to layer them, which this really needed to be pressed, but I'm putting a tablecloth over it, so. Now I'm just gonna be putting this basket here in the center with a paper doily in the middle. And then these cute little napkins with our last initial on them. And this little picture my daughter-in-law bought me this year with this adorable little bunny on the front of it. Sometimes I like to use a rubber band to hold my florals together just so that they stand up and stay the way that I want them to. And so here I did that with my greenery. And then I just added some hydrangeas and this English vine that's kind of growing down the side of it. And then I'm gonna pop in some pink roses. And when I make a bouquet, I like to look at it from all angles to make sure that I have roses on each side of it. And this is what it looks like. Very cottagey, kind of French country look. Now I'm placing my basket chargers at each of the seats. I love these chargers because there is so much that they go with. I'm actually gonna be using china plates that have our initials on them, and you can mix and match almost anything, but I just think it gives it a really cottagey look. Here I'm going to show you how to fold your cloth napkin into a bow, which is a little bit of a challenge to try to film this, but hopefully you can follow along with me. You want to lay the napkin face down with the point at the top, and then you want to meet the center point to the top center point. Then you're going to fold the point halfway down, or a little more than halfway down. You're going to fold up the bottom edge to the halfway middle point, and then you're going to fold the top edge to where the 2 edges meet at the bottom. Then you'll smooth that out. You'll put your finger in the center and fold each flap over, going each direction. And then you're going to sort of lay it out like a bow would look. And you're going to stick those 2 ends through the napkin ring to where it meets in the center. And you're going to pull it down and make it the shape of the bow that you like. And this is what it should look like. And I will have the tutorial link that I followed in the description below. And here's a closer look of what it looks like. I know some people are afraid to mix patterns like this, but if the colors match like the periwinkle in the tablecloth and in the bunny picture do, you can totally mix patterns like this. You just don't want 2 really small busy patterns close together. But since the florals on the tablecloth are spread out, it's different enough to where it's not too busy. And you can also use stripes and florals and plaids and florals. And that looks really pretty together also. Well friends, that's the end of this video. I hope you got some new inspiration here. I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!